We have Cody. Come on over here for me. Right there. So where are you from?
I'm from St. Louis.
St. Louis. Very cool. Scoot that way just a little bit for me. Perfect. All right. So when did you start playing Pokemon?
I started playing probably when I was 4. Played Yellow as the first game, and then ever since then I've pretty much played all of them. Started playing Pogo in 2017, so I was a little bit of a latecomer to the game. Didn't get to play it when everybody else was hyped up about it as much as they were originally, but still got into it a good time though, I think. So.
Absolutely, and here you are.
Yeah.
So how confident are you in becoming the 5th unique winner today?
If this were other cups besides Nightmare, maybe a little bit better, but not about Nightmare. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alex is really, really good. So
a lot of tough competition today, eh?
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt about it.
All right. Well, back to you guys.
Man, those recommended battles are so much fun to watch.
Those were a lot of fun, and we certainly had 2 cast of characters doing the recommended battles that certainly made it way more entertaining. I know certainly from the crowd they were begging J-Farm not to do Mud Bomb when Surf was the superior move, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
He didn't end up shielding anyway, so it was not great for him. And I've never seen a Latias do so well against any team.
Man, that Dragon Breath, right?
It does rack up, and it's on the bulkier side thanks to its stats, but it takes so much time to.
Yeah, it has very
psychic
poor. If it had
thunder or anything.
It has poor charge moves. It does have charm though, so.
It has charm.
It makes it interesting in some maybe like Master League or Ultra League matches, but in Great League there's probably better charm users available, and better Dragon Breath users.
Yeah, so we should be seeing our matches soon. Take a look at the bracket here. It looks like we're going to be watching Housestark against Cody. Cody, one of the people that would need to have a unique victory this time around, so we're going to be watching at him. And let's soon take a look at these teams.
Yeah, if we could take a look at all 8 players' teams. Well, okay, I'm going to make a bold prediction.
Oh, what's that?
They're all going to have Gardevoir.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, how many of them are going to have Charge Beam?
Ooh, okay, yeah.
None. 0.
Yeah. Well, what matchup would Charge Beam let you pick up? Probably nothing. Okay.
Is there a water type somewhere? I don't know.
There's a flying type for that too, but
yeah.
But Charm still probably does more damage.
Yeah, Charm's better here. You want to go with Charm. So everybody has Gardevoir. Pretty much everyone except 2 players have Drapion today, and then
all but 2 have Bronzong.
Yeah, and everybody has a Metal Steel, or a Steel Psychic rather.
Yes.
So Metagross or Bronzong in every lineup.
Some double up, which is interesting.
Looks like one person doubled up.
Yes.
Cody. So we're going to be watching his team play it out.
And like a mix. Looks like everyone brought Toxicrow, which I think is a little bit different than what we saw in Seattle, where I think majority of the teams, but not all of them had.
So what do you think about Hypno and the adjusted charm-centric meta here?
How does Hypno's matchup go up against Bronzong?
Well, Shadow Ball. Definitely don't want to be taking a Shadow Ball.
Yeah.
And doing a lot of neutral damage with whether you choose Thunder Punch. Certainly, Ice Punch is probably not the preferred move.
I think
here,
Fire Punch.
But Fire Punch is attractive because of so many steel types.
Yeah, and I don't know if anything resists Fire Punch, and everything is super effective. What are your thoughts on Lucario as a fighter?
Having that Shadow Ball is very nice, and not being extremely weak to say Charm is nice, but at the same time it's so glassy that it doesn't really make up for that that resistance,
Probably the biggest appeal is like its steel type resists, makes it neutral to psychic.
Right.
So kind of a little bit better matchup against Bronzong, as we saw in Kingdom.
Certainly Toxicroak gets just absolutely deleted by Confusion users and even Charm users to some extent, but it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm expecting everybody to bring Gardevoir every single game.
Yeah, certainly. It's a very appealing to your line of 3. And I'll be surprised if We don't see
And it looks like Housestark.
Toxicroak, Bronze on Gardevoir.
Yeah, and Cody has already locked in his team. So we'll be able to see what he brings in. Toxicroak leading against Bronzong. This is going to be an immediate switch, you guys. There's no way that Toxicroak wants to be taking any damage at all from this Bronzong unless it's running Feint Attack, which it's not. Confusion is just doing a ton of damage.
And then here comes the Drapion.
Yeah, so that's switch out. Drapion being able to do a ton of damage with either.
An interesting running.
I think it's running Infestation, right?
Probably Bite. Bite's the preferred one. I'd be surprised if it's.
It looked like it was running Infestation there.
No, it's definitely
it's Bite. Yeah, it's definitely Bite.
And
yeah.
The thing is, he's not choosing to farm it down, which is an interesting choice, not to choose to farm it down, because reasonably you can count those confusions, but maybe he wasn't keep. Oh, okay. I guess it didn't fade it down. So interesting.
Well, Drapion here not having a whole lot of energy. It's going to be dicey whether it can get to that Aqua Tail before it gets deleted by this Toxicroak. It's going to be really close, you guys. If it's able to get to that Aqua Tail, oh man, just barely not able to get in time. Now, Toxicroak with a Mud Bomb ready to go, Sludge Bomb almost ready to go.
The thing is, like, do you? Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
definitely
rough.
Shield.
Yeah, I mean shielding here would have been probably the best move, just because Bronzong, not resisting the lower energy charge move there is pretty interesting. How he decided not to shield, and he went down with a full bulldoze ready to go.
This Gardevoir versus Toxicroak is not a good matchup unless shields are down.
Right. At this point, shields up. None of them use any. It seems like none of them use really any shields here.
Did he not shield?
Well, that's interesting.
That is a risky move.
Yeah. Had that been Sludge Bomb,
yeah,
that's it.
Wow. Okay.
I guess he just wanted to
start
use
going
shields.
for the flex.
Yeah.
Going for the flex. He's like, or he being very gentlemanly. You didn't use any shields. I won't use any shields.
Right. Yeah. Well, gentleman's agreement.
Known as one of the nicest guys in PvP. So.
Yeah. There's a little bit of conspiracy going on. I'm gonna see what the chat thinks about this.
Maybe
interesting move. Because we did say that Cody needed that unique win. So,
yeah. So Housestark tried to reasonably give it to him.
Yeah.
But unfortunately did not.
I don't know how he would feel if that had been a Sludge Bomb and he hadn't shielded.
Yeah, and then not shielding the Mud Bomb.
Either one, you just want to shore up.
Shields exist.
Right.
Right.
That is true. But at the end of the day, it didn't affect anything, so we're powering on through. Looks like he's opting to go for the Gardevoir lead.
Ooh, Gardevoir Mirror, one of the most fun leads.
Well, once Gardevoir is out of the game, it's
kind of an open.
Yeah. I don't think Zapdos is eligible here, so he's probably going to have to
not.
move on out. I don't think anybody will use Zapdos.
The thing is that the fact that Zapdos for Great League doesn't have Thundershocks is a nightmare for some people.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I could see the appeal. Oh man. Lock in, please. And then this will come down
to who wins the lead.
No, well, they're both good. When it comes to Charm Gardevoir matchup, they both don't get to a charge move, and they just fade each other down.
Right.
And then it'll come to whoever picks better.
There's no bulk point, no relevant break point for Charm?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. It's just doing enough damage that it really comes down to this. They're
literally just gonna charm each other down, and whoever picks correctly in the back will win.
Oh wow! Yeah, you're right.
Like literally, whoever picks correctly in the back will win. Well, the safer pick. Oh man. Oh, they mirrored. Oh no.
But then Bronzong and Toxicroak are matched up in the end there, so they're gonna really use shields here, I think, and they're gonna try to shore up that matchup as much as possible.
No, they might not even use shields here.
You don't think so?
Because no. Oh well, I guess they did here.
I mean, who's running the Toxicroak?
I think Cody is running the Toxicroak.
Cody is in for a rude awakening, you guys.
Yeah, and the Bronzong the back.
Unless he's able to lose this matchup, charge up the Toxicroak to a Mud Bomb, but even then.
If he gets a second shield.
All right, so Umbreon going for the last resort.
Okay.
It's doing a lot of neutral damage against the enemy Umbreon. We're able to get all those bubbles in, land that last resort on our Umbreon. None of these players know what the other has in the back. Obviously, this is very favorable for Housestark having that Bronzong there, ready to go. Looks like he's
man.
switching.
It's about to get deleted.
Oh man, this is
It's
hard to
about to
watch.
get
This is
deleted.
hard to watch because now, what happens?
Well, he
Bronzong switches a little late.
Switching a little late.
Yeah, definitely switching a little late. Now, if Bronzong was running Feint Attack, that'd be a different story.
Yes, this would be
Yeah,
shout out to C9 Golem for the.
and it is running Feint Attack.
Oh, it is running.
It is
Feint
running
Attack.
Feint Attack.
Oh man!
But again, running that Feint Attack, he's gonna really want to get to those side shocks as fast as possible. So this is, like I said, never want to call these matches too early. That side shock is gonna absolutely nuke Toxic
Oh
Croak there.
man, but this is
So
bad.
it's
Wow.
really bad.
This is the second time I've been fooled,
Yep.
thinking that it's gonna be a delete.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
And
You
then
definitely don't want to be
He
taking
can
that.
survive a last resort and get to the sludge bomb. Oh, it's almost deleted anyway. So.
Yeah, man, that is rough.
Wow.
GG. I'm
Feint
sure he's
Attack.
regretting Feint Attack right about now.
Wow.
He would have won. Definitely would have won with Confusion.
Jesus, man. Why are people bringing, I guess, for the Bronzong mirror?
I think it's for the mirror.
Yeah.
I think it's for the mirror. It still beats Gardevoir with
Wow.
Feint Attack. And then it has some decent neutral matches across the board. So
Wow. Okay. Okay. Man, I smell the conspiracy for Cody to win.
yeah.
Man. Hey, listen, buddy, I'm
possible.
running Feint Attack on my
Hey,
Bronzong.
bring your Toxic Croak there in the back.
What
Okay.
is I guess that's why he brought the Zatu as a Toxicroak counter.
Yeah.
Right?
Or your Gardevoir is fine.
Or Gardevoir as
Toxicroak
well,
counter.
right? But then, wow.
Yeah, Feint Attack. It's definitely some applications to it. Not to put that strategy down. It just didn't work this particular time, right? This is like the worst case
Okay.
scenario for.
Odds of him running Feint Attack on Zatu.
No way. No way. No. Madman.
That would be madness.
No.
that
no.
would be
You want Air
madness.
Slash? No, definitely want Air Slash. But no.
C9 Golem is going crazy.
Yeah,
in the
he
chat.
is going insane. Where has C9 got him? You
Come on.
started this, fella.
Why?
We're seeing.
Why are we seeing Feint Attack?
It's one thing to lose to the level 1 strat, and it's another thing to lose to like the 3 levels
Yeah.
removed strat, right? With this Feint Attack.
Unfortunately, sometimes it's not a level; it's a circle.
Right. It's
Right?
yeah, it's a big.
The
yeah.
level 1 strat beats the level 4 strat.
I won't add the qualifier to that circle, but we have Bronzong there in the lead, looking like he's switching last minute to Gardevoir, Toxic Croak, and Bronzong.
Okay. so
We
this is
know
gonna
Cody
be- the thing is, like,
might be running Confusion.
he's definitely running Confusion on
Yeah.
his Bronzong. Is it Bronzong?
Yeah, he's running Bronzong in the back.
Oh no, yeah. Okay.
Zatu lead to Gardevoir. Obviously, Gardevoir should take the win
Yeah.
here. It's
Might have
one
to
of those
extend his
matchups that it
shield.
does pretty evenly.
wants
But
to
we
switch.
do go for a switch here to just a mirror match Gardevoir,
Yeah.
switching over
And
to
then
Bronzong.
unfortunately,
Pretty
Housestark,
comfortable.
He's gonna have to shield. Well, Cody could also not shield, thinking it's Synchro Noise.
Now, is Heavy Slam required move on Bronzong
No, you don't
this,
need it.
in this meta?
You don't need You don't need it.
You'd certainly have some applications for
you-
Psyshock, but I think Heavy Slam definitely does a lot of neutral coverage on this in this particular meta.
Yeah, certainly.
That's an interesting moveset, Heavy Slam and Bulldoze. And so he is halfway charged up, ready to go against Zatu.
Zatu is so squishy.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
ominous
okay.
window.
What do you do? Do
You don't want to be taking that
you have a
ominous
favorable
win.
matchup already?
Are we gonna get a boost, you guys? Is the
Oh,
Zatu gonna
man.
get boosted?
No,
No boost today.
And we're gonna see Gardevoir come back in. It has taken some few hits,
Right.
so it is way less health.
An ominous win has to be shielded. There's no way this Gardevoir doesn't shield in this this ominous win, right? So Zatu pretty much did its
And
job. It
this is
took out
not a-
Bronzong and it took out this Gardevoir. But now
Oh man,
he switches out to the Toxicroak with
But
the
he has-
Toxicroak energy lead.
he has a shield though. Is he not gonna shield?
Oh man, maybe he's just saving it for the Gardevoir. That's interesting.
Oh my gosh.
He overtapped.
And is he going to survive this? Don't do a charge move. Don't do a charge move.
It's so tempting to do a charge move here, but
Oh, man. And he overtapped on that.
well,
Oh, yeah,
this guy's
shield as well,
Shield
shield.
as well.
Wow.
Very nice. Very nice.
And, I'm not sure why.
Let's zoom in on his.
I'm not sure why they're putting that shot of Alex after his defeat. That's,
Well, you know, what else are you gonna?
dramatic,
All right.
dramatic lighting and a dramatic face, but
Yeah.
um,
Poor guy, just kicking a man when he's down. It's not right. It's not
no,
right.
even when he's fainted down.
Oh, fainted. Man, he must be regretting.
Feint
Doing a
attack.
feint.
Oh man, I get it. That's like a next level strat. You get in the bronze on mirror. You get in the Metagross matchup. But man,
You still have bulldoze, right? Does feint attack charge much faster than confusion?
I'm actually
It's
not
about
it's probably about
Pretty
the same.
close, right?
It's
Because
probably about the
confusion is
same.
very slow, but it definitely racks up a decent amount of energy.
Yeah. I think they're actually the same. No, I think Feint attack's slower. Someone will tell us in the chat.
Someone in chat will put us on
listen.
blast.
I think it's three. I think it's a 3 and 2.67 move, and then anyways.
Would that have changed had he been able to land that mud bomb? It would have been shielded anyway.
Yeah,
probably,
it would have
right?
been shield anyways. So
Yeah, so not a big difference. We're
Yeah.
getting some feedback there in the chat about damn overtap. But yeah, at the end of the day, the overtapping, undertapping wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah, it didn't
this
matter.
particular
didn't make a
matchup. So.
difference because he didn't get to another charge move anyways. So non-shield and
Yeah, the
hard to start
non-shield
going
boys.
from the no shield flex. Unfortunately, yeah, Cody coming through.
He's the prodigy child right now.
Yeah, no, he's supposed to be next up, right? So,
Yeah.
Can we see the teams? I just want to take a look at.
Yeah, they really want to see our faces, I think, in chat, right? Everybody wants to see our faces and not the leaderboards. So let's see. It looks okay. So
Okay
then versus Caleb
Okay.
will be paired up.
All right, that should be a good matchup.
All right then. All right
Yes,
then. Okay
yeah,
then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now who's okay then 1? Because he's 2, right?
Ooh. Okay.
Is he even?
Sometimes when second version comes out, the first one gets deleted. So
Yeah, that's
we
true.
might not be talking about. That okay then 1 is probably one that went to local tournaments,
Fair enough.
right? And
Yeah,
okay
fair
then 2 realized that how great the competition is at Go Stadium. So. don't
And he
forget to-
just surpassed him,
Yes.
even though he's the second. Kind of like Godfather Part 2, for example.
Yes,
right?
yes, absolutely. I wouldn't want to know the other 92 Housestarks,
Yeah.
right? Because he's the 93rd.
Yeah,
version,
like
right?
the 94th is probably just amazing.
Yeah,
right?
man, that guy's probably unbeatable. So.
Yeah. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, my Twitter handle, I'm like 1337, so there's
Yeah.
too many of me.
Well, you're a very refined version.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
happy to
just-
have you on.
So many iterations, eventually you get to me, and this is kind of still a work in progress.
Yeah. Can we see the teams so we can take a look at OK then and CalebPeng. So Caleb, running not running the Bronzon. Do you know who wins the matchup between Bronzon and Metagross?
Well, without feint attack, it's going to be pretty even.
I think
Landing a bulldoze is critical, right?
Yes, but I think
meteor
Metagross
match.
can land the Earthquake.
It can, yeah. But it's a
Right.
lot more energy, right? Than
It is a lot more energy than.
Yeah.
Is it more? How much is Bulldoze? 60?
bulldoze is up there, but earthquake is more.
Bulldoze is 60 and Earthquake is 65.
Right.
Bullet Punch is faster than Confusion,
But bullet punch is only single resisted.
and then Confusion would be double.
Right.
But Metagross is squishier than
It's true.
Bronzon. So someone in chat will tell us which wins in that particular matchup. And it also depends if they're running Bulldoze. We saw Heavy Slam and Psyshock. I do think Psyshock Bulldoze is the appropriate moveset. But heavy Slam gives you some pretty decent coverage as as you talked about in this
it,
meta.
it certainly helps. I mean, Heavy Slam is very comparable energy to Psyshock. And so it certainly helps in a lot of matchups. And because Confusion is racking up so much energy anyway on each iteration of its fast move, you know, it ends up not being a huge difference between...
Do you think we see a double fighter strat by OK then?
that is so brave. If you don't win the lead in that, and then you get paired up against like a Gardevoir or something, it's going to
The
be really...
Gardevoir doesn't want any piece of Shadow Ball.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, if
So
it gets a Shadow Ball
There's
landed,
some
for sure.
potential shield baiting, and so there's certainly some play there. Because like, if you look at Caleb's team, 3 Pokemon are really ripe for fighting Pokemon to take down.
Yeah, that's true.
And Lucario has like a really good matchup against those 3, and probably has an okay matchup against Hypno when no shields are available, and then obviously it gets deleted by Toxicroak, and you know, still can have some play against Gardevoir, even though Gardevoir will double resist the counter.
And so who do you think they're gonna lock in here for the lead? What would be the least risk lead here?
Bronzong.
Looks like Caleb finally came around and decided to bring in a Gardevoir. The first time around when he was forced to do those Nightmare Cups on
He
your
played
channel.
pretty well there. So if they lock in this is, man, depends on who in the lead.
Well, that, but you know, Hypno doesn't have the worst matchup against well, Drapion if it's running Bite.
It has a horrible matchup
It's
with
not a good
Bite.
situation.
It would
yeah.
not be good. So, and then according to this matchup, Drapion should be able to bite and feint down this Gardevoir before.
It's just gonna feint down and then use shields.
Oh, is he running Infestation?
Yep. Yeah, that's Infestation, all right. And so that Charm is doing a ton of damage. Aquatail
Wow,
does come
Caleb,
out. It's going to do some neutral damage against this Drapion. Man, what do you think about Infestation? Any reason for that?
I am not
particular
really
meta?
sure what the logic is of Infestation.
Well, we're about to find out, right?
Maybe he's thinking some next level strat. If he can get to this additional Aquatail, then
Well, he's
no.
not.
Okay,
he
he's
does
not.
have Synchronoise and Shadow Ball pretty much ready to go. Out comes enemy Gardevoir, and we do get that Shadow Ball. And so if this lands, that is just a rough spot to be in. He does go for the shield. It might have been a little bit of lag or visual glitch
yeah,
there.
I
Some
can't tell. Like,
shenanigans going on there.
I think there was significant lag because that other Gardevoir definitely got off at least 2 charms.
And it suddenly got a little bit of damage there at the end. So anyway,
Yeah, and this is not good.
Gardevoir up against
At all.
Drapion.
And then
Drapion's able to shore that up.
And this Hypno is gonna get deleted.
And he's thinking about switching to that Toxicroak, but instead he just, you know, I guess rides it out. No reason to switch into Toxicroak.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
actually
Hypno.
a really good thing he didn't blind switch again.
Yeah, that would have been really rough. Really rough. Wasting the Toxicroak on a Hypno.
Yeah.
And so I guess he just wants to force that shield. Aquatail is going to do at least neutral damage if it were to land. He would have preferred Crunch, of course. He definitely does want to do as much as he can against this Hypno, and at least he's running the right moveset with Bite.
I don't know. Do you
Not
think
little
that-
friendly jab against Caleb.
Do you think
Ooh, Fire Punch.
you think he should just confuse him down though?
Is he able to take him out?
Oh, I guess he.
Yeah,
it
he's
doesn't
able to get to
matter.
Aquatail just in
Doesn't
time.
matter. But I actually think if he would have just went straight confusion, he might have won.
Yeah,
He might have won, because then
that was really...
the Drapion would have been a little bit less.
But he still had the Toxicroak.
Yeah, but Toxicroak is not going to KO.
But with that low HP, with that small of a difference...
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Toxicroak, you don't want to be up against a
Yeah.
confusion user like Hypno, but...
Oh man. So now that he knows it's Infestation.
I like the theory in the chat. People are saying that he might have forgot to TM it from the previous tournament.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe there's some
But
kind
you
of...
should be running Bite and.
Yeah, but
until
there's some merit to Infestation.
Man,
You know, you get that energy faster. Those Aqua Tails come out a lot quicker, but yeah, definitely bite for here to
Yeah. I guess
be able to shore up that matchup against Gardevoir.
Infestation, I guess you have like a better matchup with Umbreon
Yeah,
and
for example.
And Tyranitar, but
Yeah, but the Steel Psychic boys,
yeah.
you want to have bite for sure. And so it looks like we're locked in. Lucario, Gardevoir, and Drapion there in the back.
Nope.
Oh. Got a little glitch there.
Oh, he sees the lead though,
He did see the lead.
but they had to replay the lead. But it's,
They're pretty honorable here. They're probably gonna tell each other what he
Yeah,
saw,
yeah,
if he even saw it, because we saw it here on screen. I don't know if he was actually looking at his.
oh yeah, I think he's definitely looking at
He
it.
was looking at his screen.
Not by like he probably can't hear. But yeah, usually in that situation, I usually just adjust
I would
my
just
strat.
tell him and say, "Hey, I saw your Hypno. This is what I'm leading."
Yeah, that's a fair way of approaching it.
So that's the operating theory in our chat, is that he just forgot to TM it from previous tournament there. So we are locking in same teams: Hypno, Drapion, Alolan Muck. Not the worst matchup against Gardevoir. Certainly favorable lead to Caleb by having that being matched up against Lucario. But as we said, Lucario only takes neutral damage from this confusion, so it's not as bad as, say, like a Toxicroak, right?
Yeah. So it'll be interesting if he comes to the Bite Drapion. He's probably going to switch to Bite Drapion almost right away, basically right away.
Now, is it okay then, or Caleb that has the Infestation Drapion?
Caleb has the Infestation.
Right. So then, you know, Hypno does have that decent matchup against Lucario. And so it looks like he's tapping for that Shadow Ball. He's not going for the bait.
Oh man,
This is huge. He does go for the shield. It's a safer thing to do. He knows that he's going to be able to get to that Fire Punch. And he just forgoes the Lucario, maybe
Yeah.
just being at a shield advantage.
I think he wants to come in with Bite Drapion and just chunk away
Yeah.
and then force Caleb to.
We're getting a little bit of lag here. Nobody's at any kind of disadvantage yet, but looks like it's still refreshing that screen there. So out comes, the mirror match with Drapion versus Drapion. They're both going to be spamming Aqua Tail at each other, but we still have an energy advantage on one side. So
Yeah, but that's quickly going to go away. Here
so he
comes Gardevoir.
switches to Gardevoir.
And then if he can land 2 Aqua Tails, that's going to be huge. Because it's Alolan Muck. Let's see if it's Bite or Poison Jab.
Yeah, well, Bite's going to be a little rough.
Oh, Caleb really needed that.
He really needed that Aqua Tail. That's rough.
And the thing is, he might come back Hypno. I don't know. What do you do? Come back Hypno? Or do you come back Alolan Muck? I think you have to come back Hypno.
Yeah, go for the Fire Punch bait, I guess he's going for, and
No, I
then
think he's
switch
going-
over to Muck.
I think he's going for Shadow Ball.
Yeah,
imagine.
Shadow Ball. So he's not baiting, and then maybe switch to Muck now. Oh, he's staying in there.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
going to have to shield. It is a Bite Muck.
Nice. So he is able to chip away at this Gardevoir quite nicely. And Synchronize isn't going to do a whole lot, but he wants to really make sure that Muck has as much HP as possible against the next matchup. This is a really uphill battle for Muck, but he is going to be able to get to that Dark Pulse before.
Or he's gonna
If he
go
gets to that
Sludge Wave.
Sludge Wave, he should be very, very close to within knockout range. And he's able to get to that Sludge Bomb. Oh, no!
No!
The Aqua Tail came out first. Oh, man.
Do you think...
That was so close. Do you think the Sludge Wave would have been enough?
I think Sludge Wave would have been enough.
It would have been so close. I would have been interested to
He
see.
He tried to play the right move, right? So
He did. Yeah, Dark Pulse definitely would not have been enough.
Yeah.
He really did need that Sludge Wave coming up.
Wow.
Man,
Yeah. that was
Infestation,
Infestation. Yeah.
not good.
I don't know. Do you think he would have been better off? I guess he ran Bite instead of poison jab for like Bronzon and.
Well,
But-
bite. You know, if you are very conservative in the shields, like people are seem to be very conservative in shields in this very Gardevoir centric meta. Then in the end, bite sort of negates someone being very conservative.
Sure,
So it kind of
sure.
makes that up a little bit. And so, you know, bite definitely shores that up against like Gardevoir, like we just saw. The poison jab wouldn't have been able to do that, I don't think.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though it does super effective against Gardevoir, it's yeah, it's just not the. It is an interesting moveset. I don't like bite just because it's such low energy gain.
Yeah, I do think Drapeon's probably the best bite user.
Yeah, but that's mostly thanks to Aqua Tail and Crunch.
Yeah,
being such
yeah.
low energy. So.
Which makes it the bite like a little bit more palatable.
Yeah, yeah.
Or have a little bit more bite. That's just a poor pun.
I'm still reminiscing on that feint attack.
Oh,
Bronzong.
man.
It's like it's in the back of my mind.
Yeah, that was interesting matchup, interesting movesets by Caleb. As always, can we get the bracket up to see how if there's any battles been reported? Okay, so let's take a look. And so, okay, then 2 is confirmed at least running a Bite Drapion.
Yep.
Running a Lucario with standard moveset. Gardevoir with Synchronoise.
I like this team. This is an interesting team.
Yeah, for sure. No immediate big weaknesses, right?
Yeah, okay then is very good at like finding the exact, you know, like on paper a really good team and then executing on it.
Absolutely.
So that's something to definitely watch out for. Whereas some of these other players might really stray away from the meta, and then it's like, again, it comes into high risk, high reward, like that Infestation or Feint Attack. You know, we like to rag on it a little bit, but then if it ends up, you know, working in their favor, it's like, oh,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
genius, right? So.
Yeah, I still don't know what matchups it really helps you pick up. in this
Bronzong.
one. But
Yeah, the mirror.
the mirror is like probably
Yeah,
the
I
biggest
mean,
one.
because it's so prevalent that it's probably.
But man, then you try and take away like one of its main uses.
It's rough. It's definitely rough.
Because
So we
he
are-
probably would have had that first match if he had a Bite Drapion.
Yeah.
Because he would have won the lead, and then would have forced like Hypno and Gardevoir onto whatever Toxicroak and whichever the ones are.
Oh, NSGTV, if you guys are seeing in the background, that is Nerd Street Gamers. They are very graciously hosting us today, and so like we are in their venue, and they're very, very professional. I'm super impressed
Yeah, no, absolutely. The
with
setup's amazing
with
here.
their setup here.
It's, pretty nuts.
Yeah, very awesome venue. It's been just an amazing experience, and it's really thanks to their not just their equipment, but I mean they have an awesome team working in the background here. So it looks like Cody and Mason have yet to finish up their match. Okay, then obviously took the win here against Caleb, and so we're gonna be seeing either Mason. Oh, Cody just won.
Cody.
Wow.
It's Cody's time.
That's what you were saying.
It's Cody's time.
Prodigy child.
Yeah.
Well, you know, underdog. You want to favor the
Right,
underdog.
right.
You want to get it as close as possible. These razor thin margins, and you want to make sure that you know you don't finish up the tournament knowing who's going to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even knowing who's going to win, it's going to be one of those.
Yeah. No,
All of the matches are so close that it's still entertaining to watch. And so, okay, then we'll be paired up against Cody and
actually, I think Caleb is supposed to be slotted where.
against Toshi? Or against Housestark? No.
I think ValorAsh will be matched against Housestark, and Caleb will be matched against Toshi. Okay, well, as told. Okay.
Okay.
If we could get that one more time, that would be Housestark Caleb.
Okay.
Valor Toshi. Valor Toshi is really interesting because if if Toshi's able to beat ValorAsh, then they'll be in a tie for
Points-wise?
Points-wise for first.
Oh, wow.
And so that's going to be a really big consideration. And Caleb's going to have a lot of incentive to knock down Stark, to pick up 4 points, and have Housestark only pick up 2. And then Cody time. Thank you, C9 Golem, right?
Yeah.
Minus the feint attack jab.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
We were making fun of your moveset, got him. Someone followed your suit and ran that feint attack, and it worked about as well as it did for him the first
Well, he
time
made it
around,
to
so-
finals.
But did it work out? That feint attack,
So
didn't it work against him?
it did eventually work against him, but no one really noticed.
Oh, right.
No,
Yeah.
no one
Yeah,
noticed.
I mean, I was watching the stream when you guys were mentioning
I was
it,
like, it's
wait a
over.
wait a second.
It's over.
Is this a feint attack?
Okay. We have them ready. Cody versus OK, then 2. If we could turn it over to them and see. We've already seen their teams previously, but it'd be good to see a head-to-head comparison between these two juggernauts. One from the Maryland area, one from the Missouri area.
Yeah, it's.
No.
I'm just as many different diverse matchups that we can see on stream. It's going to be interesting. You know, if you're always seeing the same people go up against each other, it gets to a point where it's the same. It's like the scrimming effect. You know, like if you and I were to do like maybe
You get
10 battles in a row, maybe like the first 5 you're gonna just decimate me, and then I start to learn a little bit, and it gets a little bit more even. Like maybe I win 1 out of 5 instead of 0. But so like it gets to that point where it evens out quite a lot more. So I'm happy that we're also doing best of 3 for this particular format.
Can we just shout out the production crew for like the amazing lighting? These guys look great. Like
Oh yeah,
they
it's so
look like
intense.
they look like the stars. Look how intense this is.
The shadows and everything.
Yes.
Let's get one of those shots where we see that Toshi shot from before, like
yes,
a
or
shot
or
from
the Housestark after he lost
yeah,
shot.
from the perspective of one of the players to see the other player.
They're looking at it.
Man, I'd love to see like a front shot of OK then right now as he's super concentrated looking at his team.
Like, okay then. I wonder how many times he says that.
But it looks like they have pretty much decided on their teams. We're going to be able to see what they lock in with. Cody is deciding for the Gardevoir, Bronzong, Umbreon.
Very
Team of 3.
balanced team.
Very balanced. And then I think OK then is undecided.
He's gonna run that Vigor off.
Yeah, Vigoroth and Ninetales, the
Maybe the wrong cup. I don't even know what cup would have.
5-level strat right there.
Yes, yes.
It's got to be Scratch Vigoroth too.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, that keeps recommending in the recommended battles. It keeps giving me the Scratch Vigoroth instead of the one I want. So, looks like Lucario, Gardevoir, and Drapion. He might be making a last-minute change there.
Let's see. Oh, he's
Last-minute switch to Drapion.
and that Drapion's gonna have a good matchup against the Gardevoir.
It sure is.
We'll see if he decides to switch, but I don't think he has a good answer.
And so we
I
are
think he has
starting the match. If we could pull it up there, we'll be able to see that Drapion matched up
Yeah.
against Gardevoir.
Let's
3,
see what
2,
they do.
1, and go. They are running the conventional movesets. Gardevoir is chipping away with Charm, but that bite Drapion is doing a ton of damage. We are able to get to that Aqua Tail, forcing a shield on the Gardevoir.
wow! I'm interested. If he shielded, he could have.
He's not going to shield.
He could have fainted down that.
Wow.
Really, I'm not sure what the logic was not shielding there.
Well, he's got Umbreon there, so I guess he wants to just charge up as much as possible, but those Aqua Tail neutral damage sure is going to do a lot, so he goes for the foul play. Attack coming in from the Drapion there. Aqua Tail is going to do a decent amount of neutral damage, but Umbreon is pretty bulky, so Umbreon being able to tank this, probably regretting a little bit that foul play, would have wanted to.
Then Gardevoir's going to come in, then Bronzon's going to come in, and it's
Oh,
gonna
look, he's foregoing a lot of the bubbles there, and maybe farm a little bit more, but
just one more.
it's still...
Then here comes Gardevoir, and here comes the switch to Bronzon, and then switch to Lucario probably.
Now, you don't think he's going to try to get to that foul play?
Okay, interesting.
Oh, he goes for the Lucario.
That makes-
Bronzong comes out instead of the
That-
Gardevoir that you were predicting.
Yeah, well, that's next level strat. So
Yeah. So now,
I think either would have made sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, this Lucario Bronzong matchup, we're quite familiar with it. We don't want that Gardevoir anywhere near the Bronzong. Power Up Punch has a lot of aggregate damage once we count for those buffs with counter. He does go for the shield, and we're able to get maybe one more Power Up Punch. It's not going to be enough, no way. And sure enough, now Bronzong has quite a lot of energy coming into the next matchup. He's able to spam that heavy
He should have
slam.
spammed it a little earlier though, because I don't know if he's going to survive after this.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really rough because he doesn't have enough energy for 2 heavy slam,
And this
and that
charm,
Gardevoir was able to put a well-placed
he
shield.
really needed the.
And he had 2 shields. And so foul play gets shielded here. Gardevoir is able to
If he
just
didn't
block this.
if he
and
didn't do the foul play onto
the Drapion. But it was one of those things he didn't want to take that Aqua Tail, right? And he hit that foul play right before. But how much do you really care about the Aqua Tail? You probably just don't want it to be able to farm that
Yes.
Gardevoir to be able to farm Umbreon too much.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But Umbreon, I mean, Gardevoir doesn't want to be taking foul play from Umbreon either,
Mhm.
so it's a guaranteed shield there.
So we saw Cody lose his first match against Housestark in pretty convincing fashion. Housestark even bother shielding the last charge move.
Yeah.
So we'll see if the same thing happens. Does Cody bounce back and win the next 2?
Just looking at the chat here, what do
Saying
you
he
guys have
courts.
to say? Looks like a lot of people sending energy to OK then.
Okay, I think it's the same person.
Oh, it is the same person.
She wants the blades. Okay.
She tried to piggyback.
Self piggyback.
She wants the Blaze tried to piggyback, but then you had a Scratch Vigoroth hype message right in between there. So they're just taking a look at their opponents' teams, deciding the last minute changes. Toxicroak Bronzong Gardevoir is locked in on Cody's side. He says thumbs up, ready to go. And we have Lucario, Gardevoir, and
So this
Drapion.
Toxicroak has a very favorable matchup. Doesn't have to be worried about that that Gardevoir come in, which is probably gonna switch in right away, and then I expect the Bite Drapion to come in too.
All right, Toxicroak leading against Lucario. Both of them are pretty much ready to go on the switch there. Lucario gets that power-up punch, and Toxicroak is ready to counter-switch, but it
don't-
looks like he's just staying in the
I don't
match
think he's gonna shield.
and trying not to
It's a good no shield.
do as much as possible to shore up that match. Expecting Gardevoir to come out here, finish it up that Toxicroak, and
Oh,
he
that
had
was,
that
that was not. I don't think.
intentional, yeah.
Well, I think that was intentional to switch, but I don't think that was the right move.
Oh, wow. So he does have Heavy Slam. It would have been nice to get to that
Bulldoze.
Bulldoze. Heavy Slam is at least going to do neutral damage against this Drapion, but Drapion with Bite certainly going to chip away at this Bronzong. It's doing a ton of damage. Now, remember that Toxicroak has a Sludge Bomb ready to go. It is does have some excellent nuking power against a lot of things.
The thing is,
here.
do you just faint down and then you? But you're gonna. Isn't this gonna end up? Oh, let's see. Let's see if he ends up shielding. If he can switch out right away, Cody switches out right away. They're gonna be locked into the Gardevoir mirror match, and they're gonna. Cody's gonna win.
But their timer's locked.
No, but he can switch out probably now.
Oh, right. It's pretty close.
I think he can switch out
It
now.
doesn't look like he
He
is
can switch.
trying.
He can
so he
switch.
does switch
He
out
can
to the
switch.
Gardevoir.
And then he can just shield, and then this is a GG here.
Oh, wow.
Unless Cody decide not to shield. That would be a very
Wow.
odd strategy.
So it does take out
But
the
Cody,
Gardevoir.
knowing that there was a Gardevoir and he had a Gardevoir in the back, all he needed was like a little bit of health on Toxicroak,
It's true.
and it's over.
Yeah. Very well played.
These guys know what they're doing. What do you think of staying in?
Staying in the
Yeah.
Lucario and Toxicroak
Yeah.
matchup. You know, it's one of those things that because it's so centralized on a single mon, if you lose your Gardevoir counter and the counter switch or whatever, then you end up being in a further disadvantage. So losing the Lucario, maybe getting that shield out from Toxicroak, which it wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
But maybe.
Yeah.
It seems like one of those plays where it might be worth the risk. How valuable is Lucario
The thing
to
is,
you?
I think you can always potentially sack your Gardevoir, because there's nothing that's like gonna absolutely dominate
Right,
Gardevoir,
that's
right?
true.
You're gonna be able to put away a huge chunk of damage on whatever it is, and potentially hope that you line up better.
It's it's an interesting
But
strategy.
then,
just
then almost pulled it off, even though he sacked it almost an entire Pokemon.
okay, leading Bronzong, Toxicroak, and Drapion. Looks like he's opting to not use Gardevoir at all.
Interesting.
This is one of those tricky places to be if you forego the Gardevoir entirely and you just beef up your team against it. Then you have the potential for them to have a wasted counter. But if you notice, he brought Gardevoir, Lucario, and Hypno.
It's
So
a
he's
bad
got
match.
no
This
straight
is,
up
this
counters
is,
to Gardevoir anyway.
But this is a huge matchup, a huge disadvantage for OK then too. But you know, these things, you never know what's going to happen. Anything can happen at this point in time.
Yeah, so
You
he
know,
does have Gardevoir up against Bronzong. Is he going to try and...
He's not switching.
He looks like he's just going to not switch.
OK then, really not wanting to switch.
Very interesting. Heavy Slam is just going to nuke this Gardevoir. So he opts to shield. He gets the Shadow Ball out. And he's just forcing a shield on this Bronzong at this point.
I think you shield if you're the Bronzong.
You have to. Yeah. There's no way you don't shield that, right? So then he does go for the shield. Bronzong is going to be able to finish this up with a Heavy Slam. That's very close.
Do you shield if you're the Gardevoir?
Yeah.
And maintain switch advantage. Oh, and he does, which is actually pretty huge.
Yeah.
In the back.
So is this an argument for...
and he's going to switch to Lucario. And then he has Hypno in the back.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Okay then.
So then out comes Toxicroak.
But he's
Bye-bye, Toxicroak.
But no shield on their side, right?
Oh, man.
He's going to land this Sludge Bomb.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be able to bite down this Drapion and charge the charge move and then be able to Aqua Tail.
It's true. But Hypno has an ice
but he has a shield.
Ice
He has
punch.
a shield. He's going to be able to... Wow.
He does get to that. I'm surprised at Ice Punch.
But the thing is, does this Lucario have a charge move ready?
I think it had a Power-Up Punch ready to go.
So
I want to say yes.
And then he has to Aqua Tail right away.
He does. It's charge move priority. And he does get to that Power-Up Punch. Power-Up Punch is going to do a decent amount of damage against this Drapion. Is it going to be enough? It's not enough. Does he have 2? And he doesn't have 2. That Aqua Tail certainly is going to do a lot of damage. I don't think Lucario is going to be able to survive this.
I think this will KO.
This has to knock out, and
no!
It is able to resist it, and those are barely not able to get enough.
Wow.
And so Drapion coming in clutch, very last minute. Yeah, that's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought for sure he'd be able to just nuke that out with that Aqua Tail. I was kind of like on the fence about it, but not having stab, that's enough to.
How many times have you seen that matchup? Drapion doing Aqua Tail and Lucario.
Rarely, if ever.
To be honest, that's the first time I've seen.
What I'm more used to is seeing that Lapras Lucario and watching the Surf and just knowing that it nukes, right?
But Aqua Tail, a weaker move than Surf, and no stab damage.
Yeah.
But wow, those bites. Cody time.
I don't know if you guys heard it from the chat there from the stream, but that was a kind of a crazy moment here. Everybody was out cheering and everything, so very exciting to watch.
Cody.
Come on over. And chat, if you guys have any questions for Cody, now would be the time to write them
Cody,
down.
we have to live in the moment. Tell us what was going through your mind when the Power-Up Punch came. and then when you landed the Aqua Tail.
I didn't think it was going to do nearly as much damage as it really did, so I thought it was over right there.
Yeah.
I thought the power-up punch would do just about as much as it did, then the couple counters after that would do it.
And then you landed the Aqua Tail, and then when you...
The bites, I was not expecting to do that much damage either. Drapion is just an absolute monster in this cup.
Bite
It's actually crazy.
Drapion. Bite
It's crazy.
Drapion.
One person ran Infestation.
Caleb.
We're definitely favoring Bite for this particular meta, I think.
I'm pretty sure there's a couple of breakpoints against Gardevoir too. I've noticed it against, I think it was OK then too, where we had Drapion versus Gardevoir.
Oh yeah, his
Gardevoir is absolutely destroying my Drapion, or vice versa.
It is the other way around.
Yeah,
His Drapion was absolutely destroying your
apparently I must have bad IVs on mine or something, but there must be a relevant breakpoint that we need to be looking for. So
Yeah, I mean, hitting a breakpoint on Bite would be huge with the amount of damage it does, and its stab. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good.
You excited?
In my interview previously, I had said Nightmare is probably my worst cup, and the one I was not expecting to win. So this really makes up for it.
Sometimes it's
There's
not
a nightmare
about,
for everyone else.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And sometimes it's not about
It's just how this cup goes.
being ready
though.
for any particular cup. It's being more ready than everyone else. So
I did not put a lot of practice into Nightmare. I'll just be 100% honest. I didn't expect to do well on this one. I figured a lot of people wouldn't focus on this one either. So
What do you think your MVP? Drapion for sure, right?
He's either Drapion or Bronzong.
Yeah.
I pretty much use the same team almost all day. Use either some variation of Toxicroak, Bronzong, Drapion, sometimes Gardevoir in the Drapion slot.
So what'd you think of when he shielded that second heavy slam?
I was up 2 shields at that point then, I believe, right?
I think you're up one shield.
One shield.
Because he did a Shadow Ball.
Let's see. I'm trying to think what was going on at that point. Was that in the lead? That
was
in the lead, yeah.
That was in the lead.
I kind of thought that was a misplay, if I'm honest, because I don't think that he would have time to get to another Shadow Ball or Synchro Noise or whatever he was going to get. Either way, I had the Drapion in the, ready to come in, so I was feeling good about it. So
coming in clutch, and wow, that was absolutely incredible.
I'm pretty hyped because I think it does a lot for the standings too.
Yeah, we were talking about it at the beginning. It's like you would be the unique win that would need to really close the gap.
It almost feels like these are all scripted, right? I mean, they've all been.
Well, you said it because we had that kind of conspiracy going on.
I hope there's no
Housestark didn't shield.
Yeah.
Housestark
didn't shield. He's like, Cody, just sludge bomb.
Yeah. He up there. He's like, I just forgot to, or just didn't even think about it. So.
No.
I don't know if I believe that.
He hit the no shield and gave a little win.
All right. I believe it.
Yeah. But he did
Absolutely.
end up winning anyway there, and you did really well. And obviously, it's all jokes.
Thank you.
You played excellently, and it was very fun to watch.
And how do you feel about the next cup?
Was it Rainbow next? I feel pretty good about Rainbow. I don't want to jinx myself, knock on wood, I guess, right? But Rainbow, I feel pretty good about. I put a lot of practice into Rainbow.
We're going to see some off-meta strats from you in
Rainbow?
Rainbow?
A little bit. I mean, there's some weird stuff in there. I don't know if it's necessarily off-meta. I just feel like I'm reading the meta a little bit different than people right now.
Okay,
so
all right.
That's a different spin on what.
So we'll see. It could go either very well or very bad. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
And best of luck.
Hopefully I see you guys again up here.
Well done.
Can you believe it?